now. She's a senior lecturer in international relations at Lancaster University here in the UK. Good to have you with us. So clearly this is being billed as a milestone trip for Kim Jong Un going across to Beijing for talks with Xi Jinping. Why do you think he felt the need to make this visit in person?
I think Kim is gearing up to his meeting with Donald Trump. I think the US is right at the core of this meeting between Xi Jinping and Kim Jong Un. And I think the reason he's gone out in person is to ensure that the frosty relations that have existed between China and North Korea are back, at least in the public light, as a great closeness and friendship, so that he can go into that meeting with Trump with a stronger hand.
So are we to take this as a clear signal then that Kim Jong-un is serious about talks with the United States?
Well, we never know until the two of them are in the same room, but I think that this meeting with Xi Jinping is a strong indication that it's a lot more likely to happen than it might otherwise have been.
It's been reported that Kim has said to Xi Jinping that he's committed to denuclearization on the Korean Peninsula, but there are conditions. What kind of conditions will Kim need to see in place before he agrees to denuclearization?
Well, as always, this is a question of negotiation. I think Kim is very interested in having UN sanctions lifted from North Korea. But ultimately, I think the key interest that Xi and Kim share with one another is that neither of them wants to see the United States on the Korean Peninsula.
So who is in a position of strength then? Is Kim Jong-un coming at this with more leverage, or because in the US, judging by the tweets we've seen from President Trump, he is patting himself on the back for having forced Kim to the negotiating table. What's the true picture?
I think we might see Donald Trump patting himself on the back regardless of what had transpired in this case, if his previous tweeting record is anything to go by. I think if we think of these relative strengths in relative terms, this meeting and this rapprochement between China and North Korea certainly means that Kim can go into a meeting with Trump more confidently. Does that mean that Kim is going to get what he wants? Well, not necessarily that either. So I think a lot of it will depend on whether these two can gain a middle ground in the meetings that they will likely have. But also, we're not entirely sure what Donald Trump's interest and agenda is for this meeting. He has been suggesting historically that the US shouldn't be taking on the military role that it does in North Korea. This would have been an unthinkable proposition from a previous US government, but with Trump we're not sure. It might be that the US is prepared to reduce or withdraw its role from the Korean Peninsula, and of course that's something that both Xi and Kim will be very keen to see.
Astrid, thank you very much indeed for that. Dr. Astrid Nordin there in Lancaster.